Alright, what's up guys? I'm here to talk about the review stuff going on with Bethesda, because apparently it's a big dramatic thing, and it's happened before. This isn't the first time anything like this has happened. Real quick, before I get started into my thoughts on that, the gameplay we have here is by Tetra Ninja on YouTube. This is not my own gameplay. For me, and I just want to talk about this, I don't normally talk about this stuff because for me, I don't care. I just don't care. But I do have thoughts on it. I do have an opinion. It's just not something I go out of my way telling people because it doesn't bother me. You know, I'm just like, whatever. So my thoughts on it are this. For review copies, a lot of the opinions I've seen are just people that seem entitled to me. They're like, oh, well, we should have a review copy, la la la. And it's just like, back off, dude. No, you shouldn't. Reviews are not necessary. They're not a necessity. All right? There's trailers that come out before games that show you a glimpse of gameplay in some cases, hopefully in most cases. I hate cinematics that only show, or I hate trailers that only show cinematics. I'm like, I'm going to see this when I play the game. Don't spoil the story for me. You know, don't show me an entire intro. Show me the game, man. Give me glimpses of each thing. Give me a glimpse of the cinematic. Give me a glimpse of the combat. Give me glimpses of the world. Don't just show me a trailer that's the entire introduction to the game or the entire like middle section of the game, whatever, stuff like that. Give me glimpses of the game. Show me the game, what it's going to be like. On top of that, there are, preview articles. Plenty of sites and even magazines have done this. This has been a thing that's been around for years. You don't need a review. There are previews. If you're really interested in how a game's going to be, there are previews that discuss what's going to be in the game, features, stuff like that. Obviously, is not quite the same exact thing as a review and seeing what somebody else thinks about the game, but you have an idea of what it's going to be like. So if you think a game looks interesting, you will most likely like it. You can't always go by reviews. I don't know how many games I have enjoyed a lot, like that are on top of my list that so many reviewers hated. They trashed on the games that I love, that I would call like my favorite game ever. That happens a lot. Another thing about the review thing where Bethesda isn't stopping people from doing reviews or anything. They're just like, look, we'll give 24 hours, which isn't a big lead on getting a review copy. It seems kind of silly to me to do the 24-hour thing. You might as well just give people the review copies on the day of. Yeah, 24 hours is not enough time, really, in most cases, to give people plenty of time to play the game, enjoy the game, not just play the game, rush through it so they can get a review done. Because there is a difference between trying to rush through a game, quickly play it and see what it's like, and then do a review on it. You want to give people time to enjoy the game. So that I can understand some complaints about this 24-hour thing. It's not, there's no benefit to that unless you just want a rush review. But on my thing, what I was thinking is like, what is the rush anyways? Now I'm completely understand being hyped for a game, waiting for it, and wanting it on launch day to play it the day it comes out. You don't want anybody else to beat you to play the game. You gotta have that game right away. I totally get that. I understand that. I feel the same way sometimes, depending on the game itself. But just wait. Just freaking wait. You can wait a week. If it takes somebody a week to make a review, write a review or whatever, just wait. You don't need to buy that game the day it launches. You don't need it the day it launches. You want it the day it launches. Of course, we all want things right away, I'm just saying. You don't need it. You can wait for reviews, we don't need these early reviews and stuff. And a lot of times, a lot of reviews spoil stuff. They straight up will explain the story to you. Like, this is kind of part of what I wanted to enjoy about the game, was to enjoy the story, to see how it plays out. And almost every time, every review I see, the first paragraph is like, the story is this, and this, and I'm like, I always skip that every time. When I see a paragraph start with the story starts this, I scroll down. I'm just like, dip, 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 where's the gameplay? Where's the review on the gameplay? What are your thoughts on actual features in the game and stuff like that? I skip the story. I'm just like, reviews have lots of spoilers, man, lots, and it's not the reviewer's fault. There's a way that things are supposed to be written and all that, it's the whole system. But I don't know. I'm not too bothered by this whole review thing by Bethesda, and I've actually heard things and seen things, people talking about this, and I don't want to name names or anything. I'm a small dude, nobody, whatever. I don't want to like get in a fight with anybody and stuff. But I've seen people talk about how, oh, Thor, crap. I lost my train of thought. Son of a bastard. I don't know. They're saying that, oh, because it's Bethesda, it's okay for them. They can get away with it because they're trusted and all this stuff. And that I understand, actually. That I understand. I get it. When you're into a developer, you kind of expect the best from them. Like, I was a big fan of Ubisoft for a while, for a long time. When I was playing on OnLive was where I first found Ubisoft games, and I first found my deep love for their games like Assassin's Creed, Driver San Francisco. I actually really enjoyed that game a lot, and stuff like that when I was playing in the cloud. So until I started playing Ubisoft games on my PC, I loved Ubisoft. I was like, wow, these games are so great. Then I started playing those games on my PC, my own PC, not in the cloud, and nothing but issues with Ubisoft games. And that's when I learned Ubisoft, you know, I don't want to play an Ubisoft game on PC. I don't even want to go near it, dude. If Ubisoft develops that game, keep it the hell away from me, man. I'll play it on console, and this is something I've learned over time. But I did for a long time. Ubisoft, I looked forward to their games. I was like, oh my gosh, what's next from Ubisoft? What are they gonna do this time? You know, they make really good games. Their games are full of bugs too. I mean, most games are, especially these open world games. They're really big. There's so much stuff that apparently just gets ruined. Apparently, it's not tested hard enough or whatever. And I can understand it. I think when they make those worlds so huge, it's and you know, it just seems like it'd be really damn hard, or the game would take so much longer to make if they could make every single mechanic in that game perfect. Assassin's Creed Unity is like the most perfect example of that. That world was too ambitious, unfortunately, because it's amazing. The world is amazing. When you in that actual world inside of Assassin's Creed Unity is incredible. It's too bad all the mechanics failed because it's too big. There's too much detail. Other than that, like not even exactly too much detail. Just it's amazing. But apparently they could not keep up with their own world. It's everything you try to climb on, and it's just bad because there's just so much detail in it. It's really too bad that game wasn't worked on a little bit longer or something, or I don't know what's going on with that. But I was really impressed by the world, but the game is just terrible. Anyways, that was just an example. I loved Ubisoft, and I always looked forward to their games until I started to play their games on PC and discovered, hey, these guys suck at PC. But when they publish a game, for example, like The Crew, which was developed by, I believe, Ivory Tower. I believe I have that right. The Crew ran freaking beautifully on PC, and that was because it wasn't actually developed by Ubisoft. And I'm not trying to badmouth them or anything, because I still really love Ubisoft games as a game. But when it comes to PC, it's like, oh, no. Anyways, I did get a little bit off topic there, but it was just because of how people talk about, like, you know, hey, this is Bethesda, they can do whatever they want, they can keep their reviews, make people wait and stuff like that. And I'm just saying, look, if it's that big of a deal to you, just wait. Just wait, man. Just freaking wait, dude. If you're gonna determine your purchase on a review, what's the big deal about needing that game on launch day? Like, and Again, I totally get the hype. I really do. I want my games on launch day. When it's a game I really want, I want it right away. Well, it doesn't mean I get all of them right away. I don't, you know, especially money and all that kind of stuff, you know. But I don't know. I probably could have kept this a lot shorter. I think that I don't think it's a big deal, this whole review thing. I'm just like, whatever, man. It's their choice. They don't want to give reviews. And one of the arguments I have seen is that they're not confident in the game, and that's why they don't want to do it. And I don't believe that at all. I mean, I think it could be a case-by-case thing, right? Maybe one publisher or developer is like, we think this game is going to suck. Let's not let people review it. Let's just go sell it. That's possible, right? But I don't believe most companies are like that. And maybe I'm just naive or whatever. I mean, from what I've seen, in most cases, it's just not how it is, you know. For sure, a game launch is bugging on, especially nowadays. But it's just different. It's a different time, you know, the way games are made and the way things work and the way they can patch them and update them and stuff. I mean, we've all seen a game go from when it launches, it's just pure crap, and then maybe a month later. Sometimes it takes a month. Sometimes it might take a couple days. Sometimes it takes a month, a year, 2 years. Look at Final Fantasy 14, man. I think I've played a tiny bit of that in beta when it was before it ever got renewed and all that, you know, and I didn't really get into it, so I don't know what the issues were, but there was a it was just bombed. It got killed by reviews and players, and everybody hated it. What was it, a couple years later? It's now, right now, Final Fantasy 14 is incredible. You know, what else is that? This happened with a bunch of games. You know, a bunch of games that launched badly, had a poor launch, and then a month later, and which is a bad thing because they will lose those players. Those players, they're just like, you know what? I wasted my time on it. It was broken. It was buggy. I don't even want to bother. I have heard that it's much better now, but I don't want to bother with it. The Division now is another game that's it's been cool. I mean, I've found the Division entertaining. I think it's fun. But it had its issues. It's got plenty of problems. It's been updated many times. Destiny was another one. Division has another patch right now. It's supposed to be major for endgame. A really big deal for endgame after you hit level cap and stuff. Now it's supposed to be like way better. So, you know, it's stuff like that. And that can make it tough on reviews too, because you're reviewing a game before it gets patched, before, you know, and I think games should launch finished. If you're thinking that this whole time, I'm with you. I am with you. I think a game should launch 100% done, man. Done, complete. No, take your DLC, shove it up your ass. Give me the game, man. Give me the whole game. Stop screwing with me, you know. But I do understand the whole patch system, and that's actually kind of the cool thing about being able to update the games is if something is wrong, if something slipped through that complete game that they were done with, if something slipped through that was broken, they can fix it. It's a double-edged sword, you know. It allows them to release a game that's broken, and to, you know, and I don't think they do it on purpose. I could be wrong. I don't believe developers that release games on purpose bugged or broken. They have their internal testing. There's a major difference between going from internal testers, which could range from anywhere from like 50 to 200 people, maybe even less, you know, maybe less than 50 people. You got those testers compared to tens of thousands of people playing your game that are finding all these things wrong with it. You know, that's why there's a good thing it's great about open betas or betas before games launch and stuff like that. But even then, even the betas are still not going to find as many problems with the game as the launch. Especially if it's a big game, you know, if you get a couple thousand players in the beta, they get plenty of stuff fixed up, and then it launches tens of thousands of players. It's still a huge gap. There's a huge difference. So I get that. I get that games can, you know, have problems that slip through that they try to fix, they thought they fixed, and stuff like that. This is the technology that we are working with right now. This is just the way things are, man. That's why I miss cartridges, but I do appreciate how games can be updated now. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I got off topic a little bit, whatever. But these are all combined thoughts of why I'm not like too worried about reviews and stuff. And I read reviews. I don't base my purchases off reviews. I'd like to read them just to see what people think. But I never read a review and be like, you know what, never mind. Unless it's a game I was already not interested in, right? That's the only time I will. Nobody's going to convince me not to buy a game unless I already don't want it. That's pretty much it. If I'm already not interested, I'll be like, well, what's going on here? Let me see what kind of thoughts are going on here. And I'm like, well, I guess I can make pass, you know, whatever. But for the most part, I just like to see what people think. And sometimes if I'm not interested in something, it can happen. It's not common. But if I do read a review that says, you know, this is what's, you know, sometimes they can change my mind. Sometimes a review can change my mind. But overall, mostly I go by the gameplay that I see. So if I don't see any live streams or YouTube videos before I play a game, I still see the trailers. And that's why I was saying, like, trailers that don't show any gameplay, I ignore them. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I skip every time I guess a trailer starts with a cinematic. I skip through the video, and the whole damn thing ends up being a cinematic. It's like, you're wasting my time showing me this crap, man. Anyways, whatever. I did get pretty distracted there. That's so, I don't know, man. I don't think the review thing is a big deal. I just wait, just freaking wait, man. Wait for the game. I know you want it. You're excited. You want it launch day, but you know you don't need it. And I don't know. That's just the way I think, and that's why I'm not too bothered by this Bethesda 24-hour review thing. I don't think it's some conspiracy or evil thing, or Bethesda's bad for it, you know. Oh, some of the stuff I've seen people say, I'm just like, wow. And I've seen those same people that are talking so much trash about this thing complain about other YouTubers and streamers and stuff. I've seen these same people complain about others, like with their entitled feelings, and they're so entitled, and here they are complaining that, oh, I can't get a review copy a week sooner, you know, like, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike, whatever. Let me know what's up. Thanks for watching. Thanks very much. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.